Charlie. Roll Tide, roll, say it loud. He don't give a piss about nothing but the tide. Bama blood in his veins, got that crimson pride. F them trees, yeah, we said it out loud. And I love honeybees, now play it proud. We talking football, basketball, big time recruits. If they ballin' in the South, we lacing up the truth. Hood piano man plays better than three-stroke Charlie. Tougher than nails, smooth, not sorry. Roll Tide, roll, it's in the soul. From Tuscaloosa to the Super Bowl. Wood piano man plays better than three-stroke Charlie.
What's up? What's up? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Surprise, surprise, surprise. I told you when you rolling with me, there's no telling when I might show up. Just decided to do a second show today, and you know what? I'm just gonna hop right to it. Because guess who's in here with me right about now? Yeah, watch this here. Watch this, watch this, watch this. Oh my God. We adding to the stage right now is none other. It's Lady Latoya. What's up, Lady Latoya? What the business is?
Roll Tide,
Roll Tide.
family.
Yeah, we glad to have you. And wait a minute, and I'm gonna do this here. I'm gonna do this right here. I got to do this right here. It's the one. It's the only. He's forged forward only by fire. It's him. It's the bishop. It's this. Oh man, you know what? So this is what I'm gonna do for him. I think this is what I'll do for him right here, right now. It's the bishop, everybody. What's up, Bishop?
No. Hey, represent, baby.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Oh, I was real surprised. Wow.
Salute, Bishop.
Really?
Yeah, man. We look. I'm somebody. I'm just texting somebody. They said I'm confused. I said I'm on YouTube right now. I'm here. You know, here I am in all my glory and everything. I got something I want to say. I got something to say, and I can't take it no more. Because these last 2 days, Bishop and Lady Latoya, these last 2 days have done something for me from a perspective of how I view the game, how I'm viewing some things. And Lady Latoya, you said some things yesterday. Bishop, you and Governor said some things yesterday. And then all of us over there at the Miller's Edge today, and both Christian and Pop was just going in today. They were going in. And I just said, I got to thinking about it. And I just said, hey, man, I got something I need to say. And so we're gonna get it done right about here. But before we go any further, I got to go over here to the chat first. I got to go to the chat first. And I'll say, here we go. Okay, here we go. Y'all know who the first one is? Believe it or not.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
Y'all know who it is. It's none other than Double A. It's none other than Double A. What's up, Double A? What the business is, Double A? You know, quit playing girl and act like you know. Keith Holcomb, my main man. What's up, Keith? Roll Tide. Stephen Hicks. Here we go. I got to get my dog up in here. I got to get my dog. Stephen Hicks, my main
Is
man.
it his birthday?
That's it. That's his walk up.
Oh,
That's his walk up. What's up? What's up, Stephen Hicks? What are the voices of No Mercy saying this evening, Stephen Hicks? They're probably telling you the same thing they tell you in the morning. We wish you nothing but the absolute worst. What's going on? What's up, Ken the Bama fan? Roll Tide to you. Roll Tide, Stephen Hicks. Jacory, the newlywed. Yeah. Roll Tide to you, my man. Mr. P, Mr. Jerry, my brother out of Georgia, representing them dogs. Him and DSGB 84, a father and son, doing the doggone thing. What's up, Mr. P? Good to see you as always. Double L, what's up, my main man? Roll Tide to you. What up, player? What up, player? Yeah. I see Susan is in the house. Oh, this pains me here. This pains me, but I got to do this.
I'm fire. I feel it in the air. Telephone wires above, or sizzling like a snare. Honey, I'm fire. I feel it in the air. Telephone wires above, or sizzling like a snare.
That's for Susan. What's up, Susan? Roll Tide to you, Susan. What the business is, Susan? You know, quit playing girl, act like you know. Don't have me come over there where you at and remind you of what the business is. I'm gonna bring an unwanted visitor with me too. I'm gonna bring an unwanted visitor with me. I sure is. I see Bishop. I see Lady Latoya. I think. Wait a minute. Okay. What's up, DSGB? What up, player? Yeah, man.
yeah.
Out of Georgia.
Oh, there's a certain vibe popping.
Yes, sir. I think we at the top. And there's the one. It's the only. It's William Bryant, everybody. What's up, William? Good to see you. I see Zach, Picture Gaming, Roll Tide to you too. Yeah. Y'all forgive me for my lateness. I said 4:15, but I was on the Ryan Fowler show there for a minute. So there was some shenanigans going on over there. And I had questions, Bishop and Lady Latoya, and I needed some answers. And so
I know that's right.
I needed some answers. And so I just need, too much monkey business going on around here. And so I'm gonna have to tell y'all this little story, but I'm not gonna tell you right now because I got something on my mind right quick. I got something on my mind, I got something on my mind. Well, for those of you that don't know, remember Bishop and Lady Latoya, we were talking about these extensions, right? Okay. Wait a minute, let me go back. Right here. Wait a minute. Hold up now. Is this it from yesterday? Wait a minute. Or is it in the Discord? Where did we Bishop, is that in the Discord what was sent to us yesterday about the those contract extensions? Is this it? Okay, I think I'm in the right place.
I think Dwight sent it.
Okay. Let's see what we got. Okay. Well, I can't find it right now, but I guess I'm just.
I'll be right back, bro.
Okay. Well, you all know that we talked about how Ryan Grubb, Robert Gillespie, Freddie Roach were not up for the for those contract extensions and everything, Lady Latoya. Well, I just got an alert here, Lady Latoya, that here we go. I'm just going to pull up what I have. They just like what you just said in the chat. They just got out of the meeting, or however that meeting went, and here people is with all this information, right? Man, that goes to show you the power of social media and everything. But right about now, Lady Latoya, Alabama and head football coach Kalen DeBoer have agreed to a new contract, according to reports by On3. DeBoer's new contract was added to the document. It was added to the document for the Alabama Board of Trustees meeting on Wednesday afternoon, where the board will review and likely approve new contracts for several football staffers, including DeBoer and defensive coordinator Kane Womack, as well as head basketball coach Nate Oates and assistant Preston Murphy. It goes on to say, Bishop and Lady Latoya, DeBoer's name was linked to a pair of openings this past season, with rumors circulating around the Penn State opening late in the season after the Nittany Lions fired James Franklin. DeBoer's name was also linked to the vacancy at Michigan after the Wolverines fired head coach Sharon Moore, with calls prior to the bowl game against Texas. On3 also reported that DeBoer was in negotiations for a new contract back in December, but nothing had been agreed upon. Now the Crimson Tide's head coach has a new deal in place pending the Board of Trustees approval. The previous contract, which he signed in January 2024, after he took the Alabama job following Nick Saban's retirement, paid him $10.25 million for the 2025 season, where Alabama went 11-4, appeared in the SEC championship, and won the first round of the college football playoff. Here we go. His current contract was set to increase to $11.75 million in his final season, with the contract set to expire in December of 2031. If you want to know more about the details of this, download the Tide 100.9, and you can get everything concerning Alabama, all news. Won't be no fluff, won't be no hearsay, won't be no other stuff. It's the real deal. Go there, you'll see everything you need to know. I'm going to ask this before I get off into what I want to get off into, because this is going to be a safe way for me to talk about what I actually came on here to talk about. But Lady Latoya, I'm going to start with you. What does this signing, this contract negotiation mean for the Alabama Crimson Tide football program? Courtney Morgan got one. Kane Womack got one. Those that were involved, those names that we read, I can't pull it up right now, but those names that we read this morning, from what I was told, over on the Tide 100.9, I just got off that radio station. All those guys got it. All of them got it. I'm starting with Lady Latoya. What does this mean going forward for the Alabama Crimson Tide football faithful?
To me, it means stability. For one, that means we're going to keep the staff together. That's a good thing. And one of the things I noticed too was with the boy pay raise, his buyout went down by the year. So like if we were to get rid of him next year, his buyout would be for 10 million versus the 70 million it was going to be the first thing. So I like that too. But I like the I hope everybody stay bought in. I like the longevity of it. I like the stability. That's the word I'm looking for. That's what I like. And I hope that we keep it, because, contracts can be broken, but I hope we keep the stability for the teams, because the squad we got now and the squads that we got in the future, the quarterbacks, the prospects, and everything that's coming in, it's promising. It's promising in tea time. So if we can keep the coaching staff together and the coaching staff can be on one accord, we're unstoppable for the next 5 or 6 years. That's how I see it.
Yeah, I hear you. Bishop?
Yeah, I'll tell you what. If they make the right decision right now, like Lady Latoya said, guys are set up for the long haul. But once again, it comes down to making the right decision for the university. So with that said, all eyes are on T-Town.
What's up, Dr. Crystal? Coach Dr. Crystal. She says, means teams were calling for KDB. At least there'll be some consistency. I totally agree. Lady Latoya, Michigan, Penn State, those are not sleeper teams. Those are valuable teams that were coming for Coach DeBoer, and they had reason to. If you want, you know what? I'm gonna ask you something, Lady Latoya and Bishop. You can answer it after Latoya does. If he's, to let some folks tell it. If he's such a bad coach, first of all, why did Penn State come after him? Or they showed interest. Michigan showed interest, and he just got a raise. So if he's such a bad coach, then Lady Latoya, why all the attention?
because because his past shows that he's a winner. That's why. And everybody wants to make their university better. And I believe
Mhm.
he is a winner because even though he came here with a staff players completely different from what he's used to, he made the most of what he had. The man won 9 games in his first season in a new conference, and what we call the toughest conference. So, and then he didn't even have all his pieces in place. And now we thought it was going to be so much better once he got his guy, which was Grub, but it didn't prove to be so much better. But the nothing that he still had, he made the most of it. He won more games this year than he did last year. They didn't look good, but he won. So he's trending up. He's a good coach. He got the right mindset. He just got to get the right people around him, and that's what made Saban so great. It wasn't the fact that he was great. Always was able to put a great staff together, even though his staff was getting coached every year, every other year. They coming out, but he was able to get them in there, be the CEO, and keep a good staff around him, so he can stay in a winning culture. And that's all the boys gonna have to do. Keep the right people around you that's gonna do good for you and your program. And if you
Right.
got some counsel, be man enough, mature enough to let them go, because you got a good thing going on if you can keep it going on.
Yep. And I mean, just keep it going. Bishop.
I I heard everything that I needed to hear from Lady Latoya. I'm telling you now, if you acknowledge your fire test right now in this moment, due season.
Exactly. Exactly. I'm telling you.
And
Chris
then, too,
Camp.
man, I'm sorry, go ahead.
Go ahead, Lady Latoya.
What I was going to say, everything that now let's be honest now. We want the coaches to do their part as coaches. We want the players to do their part. Let's do our part as fans. Now, can we not say that every week when we were screaming at the TV about something, the next week that's what we saw them working on in the game. So the boy, he hears us. That man sat there and wore a black hoodie every week because we wanted him to. You feel me? So he's trying to please the fans and give us a good product on the field. So I don't knock what he's trying to do. I just want him to just keep. It's gonna come together for him. And like now, this right here, you got your stability. Now let's get the continuity and let's get everybody on one page. Let's just
Exactly.
get everybody on one page.
Chris, Roll Tide Chris, he's not a bad coach, just Bama a little over his head. And I'm going to agree to disagree. I don't think he's over his head because you know what? When Nick Saban came, mind you, yes, he coached at LSU and won the one natty and everything, but it was hard for him to get back. And when he left and went to Miami and everything, that was a whole total different culture. So when he got to Alabama and everything, let me tell you something. People said the same thing about him, especially in his first year.
In
They
his
said
first year,
the
right?
same thing about him, that he was in over his head. But
And
this is
everything we complained about, we need a new offensive line. He went out and got us a new offensive line, even fired the offensive line coach. You see what I'm saying? Well, we need some bigger bodies on the D line. He went and got us some bigger bodies on the D line. The man is trying, and I give him an A for effort. Let's do our part as fans and hang in there and root for these guys. Let's root for
yeah,
these guys. We don't know what we're gonna get this year. Let's just sit back and see. We might be
yeah.
better than we thought.
I've been saying, Lady Latoya, that Bama is going to be surprisingly good. I really
And that's
believe
why,
that. I really believe that. Do we have problems? We have problems like anybody else have. Now,
right.
don't think for a heartbeat that just because Indiana ran that what they did, don't think for a minute that there were no problems. Oh, there were problems. Every team has problems. Every team.
Right.
And the thing about it is, and this is what I said, I want to see Indiana run it back. That's what I
Right.
want to see. I want to see Indiana run it back. Will they? I don't know.
No.
I don't know. If I know, I don't know if they're going to run it back or not. But the thing about it is, I'm not going to put my team down. Now, I hear people talking about they suck, they this, that, and the third. At 11-4, you don't suck. Not in my
Right.
opinion, you don't. I don't believe that you suck. If you
Being the
11,
number one seed in the SEC championship without a running game, you definitely don't suck.
you don't suck. Now, did we lose games? I think that's where the issue was. Because Bishop, let me ask you this question:
Yeah.
Listen, being a former coach and also being an analyst, sir,
Mm-hmm.
are we focused more now? And hear me how I'm framing my question. Does it seem to me? Am I wrong in saying that it seems like that some of the fans are focusing more on the 4 losses than they are the 11 wins?
Yes. Yes. And I'm not
Yeah.
saying it's all rainbows and butterflies, but listen, we lost the first game of the season.
Mhm.
Okay, shocker. Ooh, oh man. The second game, we lost a close game at home to a damn good defense. Okay. And an SEC team. The next 2 games was an SEC championship and a playoff game. Those last 2, and those were the worst losses. But again, they were a championship game and a playoff game. So I mean, it's not that bad. It's not. The year before we lost to Vanderbilt. Okay, I can't say it like JB, but the year before we lost to Vanderbilt.
I'm gonna do
Think
a
about
voiceover
that.
for him.
Think about that. Vanderbilt the year before. Come on now. Come on. It just don't look the way we used to it looking. We just got to get used to it. We got to come around. Just wait. Let's wait. Good things come to those who wait.
Tough as nails. Roll Tide, my brother. Tough as nails said, patience is not my strong suit. Mine either.
Mine either.
But mine either. But I want to tell you this. But you're gonna do one of 2 things. Either you wait or you jump off. There's no middle ground when it comes to patience. Either you wait or you jump off. Now I'm gonna say this, and having learning some baking skills here lately and trying to perfect them. The most dangerous thing that you can do to a cake is take it out too early. You got to wait on it. You got to wait on it to do its thing. You take that cake out too early, there is no such thing as putting it back. It's over. You might as well start all over again. It's over.
Yeah.
It's over. So what I'm saying is what Lady Latoya said, and Tough as Nails, I feel you. I don't want you to think, big dog, that Piano Man don't feel you here, because I do. People are wanting instant. No, it don't quite work that way anymore. It doesn't work that way, not anymore, not in this new system. And I'm learning that. Do I want it to work that way? I do. But I also realize that it doesn't. So with that being said, Bishop, Lady Latoya, I got something I need to say. I really do.
I know
I'm
you
going
did.
to say it. It's on my heart to say. I named this show Keys to Victory, Keys to Success for Alabama. And when I got ready to get on Ryan Fowler, the stuff that I need is inside of the computer and everything. And but I think I've got it memorized in my head. But it's a bunch of them. But I'm just going to want to talk about 1 or 2 of them. But one of the things that I came up with, and after listening to Christian Miller, after listening to his dad, Pastor Pastor Corey, after listening and reading some of the things in the chat, there's one thing that that everybody was saying, and that's this here: development, 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 especially among the trenches, development. Lady Latoya was talking about getting into that weight room. Guess what, folks? That's a part of development. That's a part of it. Am I right, Bishop?
Yes, sir.
That's a part of it.
Yes,
Getting
sir.
into that weight room, establishing an agenda when you get in there. There's more to it than just getting there and trying to rep and rep and rep and rep. No. There's an art to it. There has to be some rhythm to it. And you don't just train one part of your body. You've got to train all of your body. You got to strengthen all of it, not just one part of it, all of it. Because let me tell you something, when you're out there playing on the O-line, it doesn't matter what position you're playing, all of you, your body needs to be strengthened. It needs to be up to par. But Lady Latoya, Bishop, Chad, family, but hear me here, what I'm about to say. It won't matter how much physical shape you're in if your mental shape is out of shape.
Word.
If you're out of shape mentally, it won't matter if you're in the best shape physically, the two must match. How in the world can you be hard physically, but mentally you're soft? What's your mentality? The number one thing, Bishop, that I put on my paper is for this year, one key to success is establish the identity of toughness. From the jump street, establish the mentality that your mentality, your identity is being tough. Tough when the fire test comes. Tough when you're in the phone booth. Tough when them tests when your opponent is not budging, you not being able to run over them because they want it just as much as you want it. Where's your mental fortitude at? Where is it? Where is it? Where's your intestinal fortitude? Where is it? Where is it? That was bothering me today when I was there on Christian Miller. Shout out to the Miller's Edge, because that was straight up, in the words of Bishop, that was straight up old-fashioned fire gumbo in that chat today. Christian Miller and his dad was bringing it, but it bothered me when soft, and that's all I heard. But let me tell you something, but you can't get mad when what they're saying, that's what you're portraying.
Oof.
That's what's going on. You're portraying softness, and that can't be. That be. Go ahead, Bishop.
Yo, check this out. Is it possible that you're right in the middle of your fire test and you're right at the edge where you're about to receive your breakthrough? I say it again.
I think we are. Because everybody's at their breaking point. And that's when God show up and show out when you feel like you just can't take it no more.
She caught it.
You feel
There
like
you
you
go.
just can't take it no more. Lord, I'm at my wit's end. I'm through with it. And that's when he show up and show out. That's why I got faith in the team. I'm not going to stand here and say, they're going 12-0, and then at the same time say, well, I got faith with the team. No, I just have faith that they're going to get it right this year. And whatever that looks like at the end of the season, I'm going to be excited about it, especially if we're still trending upward. Because, like I said, I think he has the right ingredients. And then you got all these guys who aren't big names. And I think for some kind of mental reason, the boy clicks better with those type of people that he feel like, I ain't never had nothing. I had to get it out the mud. So if I could relate that to you, and I'm telling you I ain't never had nothing, and you feel like you ain't never had nothing, don't nobody expect us to succeed, that's when we're going to go out there and succeed. I think he got that kind of energy around him. Did y'all hear the interview he did on Hey Coach? when he said they didn't even have a football field, so he had to go and just draw one and carve one out. Like that's how much he loves football. That's how much he wanted to play. How much he wanted to coach. So I believe he had the most out of it. I can only believe and hope, and I hope he can get the team to believe that they are who they say they are, that they are who they think they are.
Go ahead,
And let me
Bishop.
piggyback off of Lady Latoya. And you hear me clearly. I asked you early in this season, I told you 2026, if you're going to make the playoffs, it's time to be forged by fire. That means you got to grow a tough skin and understand in order to be in a fire test, you got to know you've been approved for the fire test. That's where you want to be because that's your biggest growth and it's supernatural. Because once you go through it, there's a level of something added to you. But understand, documentation beat conversation. The only way to do it is to go through it. It's your choice.
And I made the statement, Bishop and I were in a long conversation. And this is what I told him. I said, you will never, ever get your due season until you embrace your new season. You will
Say
never
it again for the people in the back.
You will never, ever get and experience your due season until you embrace your new season. And with your new season, it's going to come some new challenges, some new problems, some new this, new fire test, a new phone booth, a new fight, a new type of fight. You will never, ever get it. What's due you until you embrace what's new to you. If you keep on listen, if you just keep on wanting to do it the old-fashioned way and this and that and the third, listen, let me tell you something, ladies and gents. An old-fashioned typewriter will not work in the computer age. It don't work.
It served its purpose.
It served
its
its purpose during that time. This is a new era. So guess what has happened? ASDF, JKL semicolon are still the home row keys. But now you got a screen in front of you.
But see, I think this how the boy felt about the last set of players he had. Like, I got this wardrobe full of fancy clothes. Ooh, look at all this. Louis Vuitton, Coach, and none of it fits. So you know how we do. Well, I'm not gonna get rid of it. I'm gonna keep it in the closet because one day I'm gonna get back in it. But it just ain't working for you. So you had to go get rid of all them clothes, get you a brand new wardrobe. Now all this fits. So you look real good now. So you step out like you looking good. That's what I'm talking about. Step out like everything fit. You top to bottom. You good. Fit check. Let's go. That's how I'm looking at it. Then none of his old clothes fit. And that was and James Smith, them, they great. Them the best clothes on the market, but they just didn't fit the boy. He had to go get something to his side. He might be an Armani guy, you know, not a Louis Vuitton guy. He's an Armani guy. He had to go get some clothes that fit him. So hey, let's see what he do in his new clothes.
Yeah, and so I'm just saying, and Bishop, I'm gonna come to you in just a minute. What's up, J Money Man 86? J Money, you were talking some real fire over there in Christian Miller today, bro. I was following you. And I was trying to answer you as fast as I could. I don't know if you saw me or not, big dog, but I was and everything. What you mean finally, Super Twister? All y'all have no finally, all talk and have no fear. We ain't had no fear to start with. We were pointing out problems. Well, I never said I was scared.
Hold on. Hey,
that's all Bishop said. Just call out the problems and address them. Don't let them hide in the closet. You got to address. You got to
address them. You have to. Number two, Bishop, let me tell you what else I said.
Go ahead.
For another key for success, run the football. Run the football. Don't be stuck on Bishop. See, you were messy today. See, I caught you. Yeah, I saw you on there being messy, Bishop. Yeah, you asked that question. What do you call a team that run the ball 51 times? National champs. That's what you call them. National champs. They ran the ball. They kept it simple. They ran the ball. They kept it simple. Listen, there's nothing wrong with being exotic, but there's nothing wrong with being simple either. My dad taught me the shortest distance between point A and point B is just a simple straight line. Boom, north and south. No gimmicks, no gadgets, no gizmos. Keep it simple. That's how you establish toughness. It's gonna be me and you. One of us going down, and it darn sure ain't gonna be me.
And let me let you in a little secret. The bottom line, see what it is, it's easy for people to say, oh, well, we were winning. Yeah, you were winning until what? You got exposed. And what was being said and wasn't being heard at the time was not being received was what exposed you. So let me ask you a question. Do you want us to keep sticking our head in the sand and just allow things to happen? Or would it be advantageous to hear it and make the necessary adjustments? Because believe it or not, you have the tools before you. You have to choose to utilize what's in your toolbox. That's all we're saying. We're not saying guarantee. Yes, we want our teams go 12-0, but guarantee you, if you don't take each and every game with the respect, then you might stub your toe. And guess what? We ain't got time to stub toes in this upcoming season. You look at your schedule and you tell me you can go 8-4 and make the playoffs. I'll wait.
Can you do it, man? Can't do it. You got to make adjustments. You've got to make them. And Bishop, I also said, Lady Latoya, and don't be afraid to make adjustments when you see that they need to be made. Make them right then and make them right there. And don't be afraid to make the adjustments and saying they're going to get mad. Forget that. Forget them getting mad. Let them get mad. Because what you're trying to do, you're trying to go to the next level. If you're not trying to elevate, you're going to deflate every time. I'm just saying.
What?
Just saying. I saw all of this in the Miller's Edge chat today and everything. And folks were just I'm talking about going in and I'm just saying.
Was I being a little messy?
No, you weren't being a little messy. You were being a lot of messy.
Hey, Zataran to do you.
But you bought that.
Was it the truth?
But it
was it the truth?
But it was the truth.
Long as it was the truth.
Hey, look, hey.
What's going on? It was true.
I'm trying to help Pastor Corey because Pastor Corey was already saying it. He said we're too soft. And I'm just like, listen.
That's what's been associated with Alabama for the last 2 years that we saw. And they players ought to be tired of hearing that and do something about it.
Thank you.
Yeah.
That's the key. Is that it's time to put up or shut up.
That's it.
That's it. I don't want to see no interviews. I don't want to see nothing but y'all out there on the field grinding. We don't have time. I'm sorry, next round. My player said that we ain't doing interviews this week. I'm sorry, next round. We're not, whoever else want to come in, we're not doing interviews. We don't want to talk about it. We're going to be about it. We're going to show y'all. You'll see Saturday. Like Lane Kiffin said, get your popcorn ready. I want that kind of energy coming from my team.
That's what I want to hear. That's what I want to hear. Get your popcorn ready. I even put that in the keys to victory, Lady Latoya and Bishop. You know what I said? Nobody talks to the media except for Kalen DeBoer.
That's it. We don't need all that. It's too many miles and too many stuff coming out the pro. Well, save it and have all that. We ain't have all that. We got to focus on football. And I ain't saying you got to do things Saban way, but Saban did stuff a certain way for a reason, and it worked. They already got TikTok. They got enough social media to do whatever they want to do. They don't need to be on all these shows. That's taking away from time you could be working on your craft. That's taking away from time you could be in the film room. That's taking away from time you could be out there on the jug machine. You know, that kind of stuff. Damn these interviews. Let them see and interview me when I'm standing on the stage getting this national championship trophy. Interview me then. I'll take all your questions then at the end of the season. I promise you I will. Whatever you want to know.
Well, and Dwight brings up an interesting point. The interview thing might be an NIL thing. Got that, understand that. But it
Didn't think
should
about
it and I mean you could be right. But also by that same token, you ought to be able to reserve the right to say, hey, look, we're in the middle of some fire tests. I don't have time for interviews and this and that and the third. Go through my coach. My coach can answer the questions better than I can because the media has this way of twisting stuff. And I think a whole lot of it, Lady LaToya and Bishop, a whole lot of things that people hear, I don't think all of the truth comes out. I think some stuff is sensationalized, it's blown up just to get people upset, react a certain way, and then you will say, look how foolish that fan base is acting, simply because we fall for the tricks of the media. That's why over here, I don't do such. It's a part of social media and everything. If I can't report to you the truth, I'm going to keep my mouth closed. If I can't tell you what's right, I darn sure ain't going to tell you what's wrong. I'm going to tell you what thus saith the tide. And I would rather it come from Coach Kalen DeBoer. Now, that's how I see it, Lady LaToya. I don't know about everybody else, but as for us over here at the long run, if Coach DeBoer didn't say it, I ain't repeating it.
that.
Now, that's how that's going over here from here on out. If the coach didn't say it, then I'm not going to repeat it.
I am Optimus Prime, and I approve this message.
Yeah, that's right. I'm not speaking as Piano Man. I'm speaking as Optimus Prime. I'm the leader of this joint, and that's how it's going. Because, like I said, I sat there today and was listening. And Jay Money, man, y'all listen. Wait a minute, where at? So
be looking up for the special guest
or risk your money. You know what? Let me tell you something. The way I live by faith. Man, let them have that money. Let them have it. I trust God to give me whatever. Obviously, I'm a man of faith. And if I see something that's going to be, wait a minute. If you know it's a den of rattlesnakes down the street, around the corner, and a hole in the road, why are you going down the street, around the corner, and a hole in the road, and you know there's a den of rattlesnakes there? If you know that the media is going to take everything you say and come up with their own opinion, and it brings about a whole bunch of confusion. Why? But I get it. I get it, though, Dwight. I get it. I really do. I get it. But you see, but I guess because I'm not in their shoes, it's easy for me to say, hey, I don't need that. I don't want that. I want to win. I want my team on top. I want us all on the same page. Lady LaToya talked about that consistency. Everybody being on the same page. Because it seems to me like that's where the problem has been. People have not been on the same page. So with all of these new contracts and extensions and everything, may these new contracts and extensions bring about new attitude, bring about attitude adjustment, bring about new way of doing things, and bring about even different ways of winning and not doing the same old thing. Now, if you can't get with that, then bye. It is what it is. I'm just saying. So I got you, Dwight, but it's easy for me to say it sitting from where I am because I'm not in that position. But I can't say what I would do because I'm not in that position. But all I'm saying is that with these new contracts and everything, I'm happy for them. I'm happy for everybody involved. And for those that may not have gotten one, do what you're supposed to do, and maybe somebody might change their mind.
I wonder if the other ones are going to be based on production. Like you got the players out of here based on non-production.
Now say that again, Lady Latoya.
I wanted all the people who didn't get raises and didn't get extensions, is it going to be based, their extension or raise going to be production based? We got the players out of there because they weren't producing. So I need these coaches, extensions and salary caps and raises to be production based. So if you produce at the end of this season, you might be up for a raise or an extension.
Never can tell. Who knows? So them kids, and that's what they fought to get. Now you expect them to risk it. I didn't say I expect them to risk anything. I expect them to go out there and do their job. I expect them to go out there and let's win. I expect a greater and a better attitude. That's what I expect. Now, all this business stuff, I think that somewhere along the line that's what they got agents for. That's what an agent is for. The agent is there. That's what the agent is there for. Now,
The
I'm
board
not
just
asking
have to
anybody to.
demand excellence. He's gonna have to demand, not expect it, demand it. Take nothing less. Meaning, if you go out here and step 3 times to the right when you're supposed to step 3 times to the left, you finna come out probably to the second half to show you that I'm not playing about you going out there doing your job. Like sometimes tough love works too, because nobody wants to lose their spot. Everybody wants to be a starter. Everybody wants to say they started.
Yeah,
So never make sure your job's never safe.
I got you. So we're just saying, with all this new stuff, all these new contracts and everything, may a new way of life come with winning. Go back to winning. Go back to business, handling business. Because I don't care what anybody says. This is a new era of football that we're in. They're doing things different. You've got to go with the flow, but you still got to be a step above the rest, and you got to be a cut above the rest, and you got to outthink these folks and everything in order for you to, I was going to put in the chat today when I was over there on Miller's Edge. Hey, winning settles everything. Play with what you got. Develop what you have. And put that mindset into them, because it's not going to just happen overnight. This is not just one of them things you wake up in the morning and it happens. No, these are things that's taught. I didn't just wake up one morning learning how to tie my shoes. I had to learn a few. It took me a minute to catch on how you tie shoes. I didn't just wake up one morning knowing how to play a piano. No, it took lessons. It took practice. And then there were some things, Lady Latoya and Twister and Bishop, that I had to do on my own. I had to do it. I couldn't wait on Miss Hudson or Miss Crane or Miss House, to teach me. Those were my piano teachers. I couldn't wait on that. I couldn't wait on them. There were some things that development came when I decided that I wanted to be better than what I was. So how are you pushing yourself? So that's the question. How your players going to push themselves? That's how that goes.
That's the decision they're going to have to make too, Piano Man, because a lot of these players, they probably was the best player on their teams in high school and probably even before that. And so they didn't have to practice as hard as everybody else. They didn't have to do this. They didn't have to do that. It's like, okay, I'll give you a perfect example using myself. And I breezed through high school. Straight A's. I ain't got to study. And then when I got to college, that was a whole different ball game. I had to teach myself how to study because everything came so easy in high school. Now I'm like, okay, I don't do well in study groups. Okay, I need to study. But I had to really get myself a study hat because I'm used to just showing up in class in high school and I'm going to pass. It wasn't so easy in college. So I had to train myself. So that's what these guys will have to do. Okay, I'm really going to have to work on my craft because I'm not the best player now. It's other people out here that play just as well as I do. So now I'm really going to have to work on my craft. And they're going to have to train themselves to work out. They're going to have to train themselves to eat right because they don't walk through life always being the best player on the team all the time. Mm-hmm. So it could be a learning curve for some of the players as well. Not because they're not talented, but because they've never had to do this much to be successful all through high school and coming up in Pop Warner and stuff like that.
And see, that's where this is where you have to have the right coaches with the right motivation. In the assistant coaches, that's where they come into play. because you have to build that. You have to develop that because see, a lot of times what most of the times coaches are having to do is to allow their players to mentally grow up
Yeah.
into their position because they have the skills, but mentally they're not ready.
Yep.
So part of that is making sure that they're aware of how to get to that point to where that they can be counted on. And the only way you do that is you got to develop them through tough love.
Yep. So I'm just saying, what's up, Twister Roll Tide, bro? I'm just saying, man, it's
You guys can hear me?
it's just
Yeah,
got
you
yeah, you're good, but it's got
Yeah,
to,
man, still working and stuff, man. I'm just hearing what y'all was saying, man. I've been saying it for the longest. Whatever the media would be trying to about, man, you gotta ignore it. Kane the boy, ignore it. Everybody ignore it and just go out there and bust your ass. Have undefeated mindset. Just win, try to go win championships. In my opinion, and I've been saying this for a long time. I don't give a damn what the media says. I don't give a damn what anybody says who thinking that we're gonna win 8 games, we're gonna win 2 games, we're gonna win 5 games. We're gonna try to win them all so we can just shut them up and just do our job. Whatever Kane the boy you got going on, don't have these interviews, man. Just go out there and let them work. And those guys who leave in Alabama, maybe they like Bama. They want to cry because they ain't started. Remember the last players that stayed a long time, like a Blake Sims stayed for about 4 years till he got his starting job. Who's next? Ty Simpson. All those guys who stayed there for years. All those
Mac
guys who stayed
Jones.
and they improved. Look at Ty Simpson. It might be a first-round draft pick. Blake Sims took us to our first playoff. Could have won the Natty. Could have went to the Natty. We got beat by Ohio State. You got to have a mindset. If y'all don't want to stay in Bama, man. Y'all was soft from the get-go. All because you got 5 stars in high school, but you go to Alabama. Oh, I'm not starting. I don't want to be here no more because I'm not starting. But you go to another team because you follow the money, and you still ain't gonna start. That's what was wrong with. That's what the hell is wrong with folks right now. You go to another team and you still ain't starting. That is crazy. That's bullshit to me. So if you want to be in Alabama, stay in Alabama and dominate.
But also the same thing, just a little pushback twist. Not all of them are leaving on their own accord. If they're getting pushed out and they love the university, you have to have an avenue to make sure you're aware of who's all the way in. And if there's a disconnect, make sure you reconnect before that final phase. That's all we're trying to say.
And I know what y'all talking about. And the coaches they got having favoritism because y'all like this guy because y'all know this guy's maybe parents and friends and all that. Cut that out too. Cut all that out. Put the guy on there to play and stop picking people. Whoever's good and on their job, what you want them to develop, put them on the team, put them on the field. Don't just pick who you like. It's all about nowadays who you like. It's about who can get the job done, who can win those games. That's all I'm saying. Bishop, I ain't disagreeing with you, bro.
I know
a whole
you ain't.
thing.
No. You family. Hey, it's all good. But I'm just see the thing about it is when you're in a fire test, things get it's that you right in the fire test because you have no way to turn and everything that's turning up is all negative. Only negative because in a fire test, what is drawn out is the impurities, the things that cannot go forward if you're going to get promoted. So embrace it. You don't have to talk about it, but embrace it and know that this staff is going to answer the right questions to put you in the right position.
Yeah. And I'm going to say something before I get back to work, man. I'm going to say this.
Go ahead.
Remember, hey, Piano Man, Latoya, remember back in the, I'm going back in the Saban era. Remember back then when those guys was talking shit at us, these players talking crap, talking, before the game start. They talk about, we ain't nothing. We ain't nothing. Y'all got this. Y'all got that. Just talking, trying to just hype up the game. And then, do you see Alabama calling back, talking back, chopping back at them? No, Alabama been quiet. Alabama was quiet. Alabama was quiet. All of them talking crap. Media talking shit. Everybody talking shit. Everybody, social media, what that? Twitter or Instagram, TikTok, whatever that crap these people got nowadays. All they running their mouth in Alabama, and Nick Saban taught them boys, don't you dare say a damn word. Put it out on the field. And when Alabama got on that field and beat the brakes out of them, all the talking ceased.
Yeah, I remember that year that guy, the linebacker from Vanderbilt was talking crap, and we went out there and drove him
It
6 to
ain't
6.
just him. It was just anybody. UFC guys were talking crap. Everybody was talking. When Alabama beat that ass, they ain't on that social media no more talking shit no more, ain't it? They shut the hell up, did it? That's what we need to get back doing. We tired of just replying to what these fools say on the goddamn media. Get off your ass and go to work and get the job done. Talking is over. That's what's wrong now. Talking is over. Get to work. That's win games, man. Get back to.
And I got you, but it's easier said than done. Social media is a part of the construct now. And some people, we're living in that time now. You're right. I mean, I'm not refuting what you're saying, but I'm also telling you, be realistic, because it's part of the construct now. Now, should they ignore it? Yeah. Should we all ignore it? Yeah, we should. But it's just that little in us that says, I'm not gonna get punked out. That's what we say. You ain't gonna punk me out. That's what.
Right.
That's
even
what
the defensive coordinator from Indiana couldn't even resist himself. He had to.
Yeah, that's why I'm about that. Yeah, that's why I'm about that. What is he? What is like? You want to? What are you getting mad for? I be laughing. Whatever we said. You prove to the world that you want to do everything. You let Ty Simpson get in your head, bro.
No, it's not that. That's not what it was. That's not what it was.
There we go.
That's not what it was. What the issue was, Twister, it was the way Ty said it. And see, and I don't know if you've been listening, but I had a talk with that guy. I had a talk with Haynes. I had a talk with him. And because as a Bama fan, I'm going to say it one last time. As a Bama fan, I got perturbed with the way Ty presented what he said. It was the way he framed it. And because the guy, I got it in my phone, the guy said, I respect him as a player. He's a hell of a player. Got it in my phone. He said that. It was just the way he framed what he said. It was the way it came across, and the man perceived it as disrespect. That's what happened.
Okay.
And like I said this morning, it wasn't right or wrong. Huh? Say that again, bro.
When he did about the base.
You breaking up, big. He'll be back in a minute. He'll be back. I'm gonna save that space for him.
Oh, I tell you what, this is a very special time for Bama.
Yeah.
If y'all can sense it, is when everything is going helter-skelter, that's when the most movement is being done.
Mm-hmm.
So with that said, there's work to be done. Absolutely. Twisted, thank you for saying that.
Yeah.
But there's also decisions to be made, coaching staff and upper management. And remember, when you make those decisions, make sure you never look back. Make sure you know without a doubt that's the right decision to move forward.
I'm gonna say this. Listen, at least what you see happening in some colleges, you don't see it happening at Bama, i.e. Michigan. You don't see it happening at Bama.
Can y'all hear me now? Sorry about that. I said I'm here working in the dang on matrix in the woods, man. Can y'all hear me now?
Yeah.
Yeah. And so
All
you don't
right.
see it happening. Hold up, Twister. You don't see it happening at Bama. See, so those are some of the positive that you can take. But back to what I was starting at is I'm thankful and I'm congratulatory to all of those coaches at Alabama today that got those raises and those extensions. As far as I'm concerned, they deserved them. They deserved them. I mean, you deserved them through the criticism that you've gotten, through all of the crap that fans them put out there, rumors and gossip and this and that and the third, and you stood. Now, Twister, Bishop, I'll take 11-4 any day. Now, granted, even in the 11 wins, there were difficulties, but winning is not supposed to be easy. It's never to be easy, especially when you're in this fire test. So Bama's in it. And guess what? Kalen DeBoer and them still got extended raises and things like that. Instead of us being upset about it, for those that are, be happy about it. Now, I'm with LaToya, though. Let a lot of that be production based, because if not, now we don't all know what was said in the meetings there, Bishop and Twister. We don't know so we don't know all of the details. You see what I'm saying? We don't know all of the details, but
Facts.
we don't know. We don't know. We don't know all the details. So with that being said, I'm happy, but I'm ready for this season to be a great season. Put all that stuff behind you, and let's focus. Focus on what needs to be done. I read where Jay Money said it's in the trenches, and that's what. And you know what? And if
Facts.
you sit down and you think about it, Jay Money,
Facts.
that's what they went and they did. You get, with the exception of Michael Carroll and shucks, what's his name? The other dude that they named the starter, him. You know, with the exception of him, those two, you got brand new line. But who also said, Bishop, and I want you to elaborate on that just because he was named starter back in February, August still a long way off.
Yeah.
You don't know what'll happen.
Let's just say right now, let's just use that as a projected starter. Because understand, let's be honest, there can be a lot of movement in the summertime. And these players, they're not finished, and they know that there's going to be some scrimmages in the fall. So right now, they got to do the due diligence to make sure they're ready for that moment.
Yeah.
So with that said, I get what was said, and maybe it was a misspoke, maybe it wasn't. But the bottom line is it was the wrong time, no matter what it was. And so with that said, hey, we're going to forge on because understand, we can't stand in place, and you can't change it now. You got to be willing to allow the process to go forth. With the adage of understand, there's still work for the O lineman to gel as one. Exactly. And trust that they got the right offensive line coach to get it done.
And I believe Bama's going to be okay. And you know what? Like I said, I've been saying it, Bishop, and sir, I'll say it again. Bishop, take it one game at a time.
That's it.
Take it one game at a time. And right now, I'm not worried about the first game, the second, the third, the fourth, or the fifth. I'm worried about us putting a team together, making it happen, putting that team together and that team gelling, like what LaToya said. It won't matter who's quarterback, Bishop, if you don't have the right O-line. Jackson Lloyd was who I was trying to think of. That's what I
Yeah,
was
Jackson Lloyd. Yeah.
Jackson Lloyd. I couldn't think of his
Yeah.
name right there, but Jackson Lloyd. I'm Bishop, and while we're at there,
Mhm.
Rayson Delgado, Javen James, Ethan Fields, William Sanders, Casey Poe, Michael Carroll, Jackson Lloyd, Nick Brooks, Ty Haywood, Caden Strayhorn, Mel Waldrop Jr., Jared Daughtry, Jordan Edmonds, Zion Gibson, and Nick Sherman. Those are the guys I'm playing with. No. Let me take that back. Let me take that back. Bryson Cooley, Chris Booker, Bear Fretwell, and Tyrell Miller. Those are the guys I'm worried about right there. Let me tell you who that is. Those are your projected starters. That's your depth chart for the O-line. That's what I just got to read it. Those are the guys that I worry about. That first group I read, paper stuck together, but that's what I'm worried about. To be quite honest with you, I'm not worried about Austin Mack. I'm not worried about Keelan Russell. I'm not worried about Jet Thamala or Tayden Kawa. Bishop, I'm not worried about. Listen, I'm not worried about Kafia Keith, Daniel Hill, Xavier Crowell, Kevin Riley, A.K. Deer, or Trayshawn Brown. I'm not worried about Ryan Coleman Williams. I'm not worried about Amari Sabb, Darian Morgan. I'm not worried about none of those receivers. My main focus, as far as offense goes, is the O-line. And as of today, I was about to say February 22nd. That was my daddy's birthday, but we're not celebrating him today. Just a minute, Bishop. I got to do something.
It's the 2nd of April.
It's the 22nd of April. But as of today, Bishop.
Yep, 22nd.
Yep, as of today, the 22nd of April, I am concerned about the development of the O-line. That's what I'm most concerned about. The development of the O-line. When we can come up and be solid there, and in the words of Lady Latoya, and jail, and in the words of Twister, and get out there and play ball, maybe I exhale. But right now, that's where my anxiety is, Bishop. Ain't no sense of me lying about it. That's where my brain lives. It's in that O-line. In the O-line.
Right.
Because that's where your issues have, for the last 2 years. That's where the issues have been, Bishop. Especially on that left side. I had a reason for saying some things that I said concerning Senior Bowl. And you know what I mean when I said that when you flip it to the defensive side of the ball and everything, and when they asked them to move from one side and go and play the same position on the opposite side, there were issues. There were issues. And that means development.
Let me how I got you guys. I know a lot of people think that Piano Man and our Gumbo Chefs at times can get a little heavy and think that we're negative. But let me help you understand something. Piano Man, without a shadow of a doubt, wants Alabama to get right back where they are. But understand, after going to that Senior Bowl and realizing there were some individuals that used to rep you and play for you that were out of place. Let's just say they were out of place and the coach had to get on them. And yet they're supposed to be these high draft choice. So with that said and done, all we're saying is, listen, in this moment, moving forward, there needs to be all-out assault on making sure nothing drops between the cracks. You have to understand this is a pivotal time, because understand This is the time where you go win natties in the summertime, where these young men get to uh, get up together and without the coaches, and this is where they gel and start understanding and talk their language, talk their me used to coach O-line. How my me calls, you calls. Know if I double team and they slant away from me, know what to call because inside out has always been the rule. So then it's a me call versus a you call. And then I'll know how to operate and turn back to make sure no one gets us from the backside. This is what we're talking about. You have to be able to communicate. Once again, we want the coaching staff to communicate, but we also want the young men to understand if they do so much film study that it's second nature to them, they become coaches on the field and they won't miss their moment. That's what you're searching for. And everybody wants that. Shoot, I want that. But I can't play the game no more, no coach the game no more. But I see what I see and understand at times it's going to come off a little rough because the eye in the sky don't lie and the truth sometimes cuts folks, but it's still the truth. And if you're able to be in that mindset where you welcome it because you don't want somebody to sugarcoat, but you want them to tell you the truth so you can grow and make the necessary adjustments come out of pain. They come out of times where you missed the mark. I want someone to tell me, hey, you missed the mark here, but then going forward, if you did this, you'll get this. I got you. Appreciate you. That's someone that loves me unconditionally to tell me the truth, even if it hurts me. That's where you're at right now. And that's the standard that y'all kept talking about. But at this moment, you're redeveloping with a new head coach. It's okay. But if you're going to hold to a standard, then you got to pull on the same destiny rope and move the team ahead with you guys.
Got to. And I'm just saying, man, and shout out to my brother, the man, the myth, the legend himself. It's none other than B Sharp from Sharpshoot. Listen, wait a minute, B Sharp, come on now. I thought we had settled this debate here. I thought it was Sharpshooter Sports Talk instead of Sharpshooters Podcast. I just caught that, B Sharp. I thought you switched that to Sports Talk. I've been saying Sports Talk. Am I saying it wrong? I thought you switched that, big dog. But shout out to my brother B Sharp. Man, he's coming on in 30 minutes, I think it is, at 6.
Yeah.
Gonna have a special NFL draft show tonight. And we all want to be there to support my brother.
Yeah.
And everything. I'm gonna be on there for a little while and everything. But I just, I ride hard for my brother B Sharp, man. And
yeah, definitely.
But Bishop, you're exactly right, man. My heart is full because I want to see the guys win. And I'm gonna tell you something. Oh, okay. It's the sports talk. I thought so. I thought I wasn't losing my brain.
And I want everybody to understand something. When all's said and done, when you hoist up that trophy versus having to play somebody and you don't have answers, which feeling do you want? Then if that's the feeling you want, then you got to do what's necessary to get it. That's it.
I'm telling you, man. I'm just saying because it's not a good feeling when you hear people call your team soft. It's not a good feeling when you hear your people talking about your coach and talking about the team that you love. That's not a good feeling at all. That's not a good feeling. But then, Bishop, when you have to come to the realization that it's the image. It's the image that's being portrayed. It's the image. I think it's time to change the image.
Right. And the image, and then having certain players come out and say certain things that change the narrative or give the narrative that then if you knew what you studied on film, why not step up?
Yeah.
But once again, that's for another day. Just understand everything happens for a reason, though, because this is the time to allow it to happen because you're not playing another game until the fall. Let's work those things out because let's win this fire test and get comfortable. Even us as human beings, we're going to go through our own fire test. Realize that it's there to promote you and trust the process. Shalom, shalom.
I'm just saying, man. It is. But here's our dude. Here's our dude, Anthony Manzano. He came in the other day. Bishop, and I want to say, I think Miami fan and everything. Real cool dude. But he's a piano man and sharp. And Bishop as well. How hard is it for old school Alabama fans to realize that the game in terms of style has passed them by, and they have to adjust expectations on how play has evolved? It's very hard for some people, Anthony, just like it's very hard for old schoolers for any team. It's not just Alabama. That's for any team. It's hard for them to make adjustments. I'm 64 years old, and it was hard for me to make the adjustment where the difference came in, Anthony, for me, is that I was willing to learn. I understood the game of football has not changed per se as the game itself, but the terms and the this and that and the others that were coming along when I played versus today, the terminologies have changed, but the roles are still the same, and how they function may be a little different. What I did, Anthony, was that I sat down and I learned. I had to learn, and I'm still learning. But to answer your question, for some people, it is so hard. And Anthony, I'm gonna take it one step further. And some people, bro, they don't want to learn. They don't want that. I'm serious. They don't want to learn. I promise you, they don't want to, Anthony. They want things to be the way that they are. Because some people can't handle change. But it's evolved, and that way of thinking, that way of doing things, that's all that they know, and that's what they've embraced. And they don't want to let that go. They don't want to let that go. And so it's hard. It's hard, Bishop.
Yeah, I would just conclude that everything is good. This is a good time to have this. Nobody hurt. Nobody has lost anything. All it is rising to the top. And now that you have the truth, good and well, what a running game is supposed to look like. You know what the offense is supposed to look like, and your defense is supposed to look like. Let's move forward. Let's make sure, though, we hold them accountable to make sure they make the necessary adjustments. Because understand, as an analyst, I still can't hide my eyes and act like, oh, okay, 19 carries a game is good enough to win a game. And we know it's 4 quarters. And so that's less than 5 attempts at a quarter. We just got to be realistic. But that don't mean, hey, we can't find a way to win that game, but make sure we don't allow it to fester throughout all 12 games. That's it. That's the bottom line, what we're trying to get to. And if y'all good with that, hey, let's keep having gumbo together. That's what it's about. It's about an understanding that, hey, I bring what I bring, you bring what you bring, and hey, that makes a beautiful gumbo.
And you know what, Bishop? Lady Latoya, welcome back. You know what? I'm going to put it to you like this. somebody brings the gumbo. Another person brings the jambalaya. Somebody else might bring the crab legs. Somebody else might bring some mac and cheese. Just don't make it that mac and cheese we had at that tailgate here a couple of years
I
ago.
don't want that mac and cheese.
Oh no, that wasn't no mac and cheese. That was Iggy and Augie, I guess. But anyway, somebody else brings some green beans or whatever. And that's what a family reunion looks like. Everybody don't bring the same thing, and no two people prepare it alike. But I guarantee you can celebrate their uniqueness. And that's what I celebrate about my Gumbo Chefs is the uniqueness of what they bring. And that's why I call them the Gumbo Chefs, because they all bring a different flavor. And so with that being said, for these last 15 minutes, Bishop and Lady LaToya and Twister, I'm waiting on him to come back because I wanted him to be a part of this conversation.
Right.
What part, and Bishop, even though you're Oklahoma, but you ride with us over here.
Mm-hmm.
What out of everything, Bishop, I'm gonna start with you.
Mm-hmm.
When you look at this Alabama roster, this depth chart, which group are you anxious to see at work?
Well, shout out to my boy Trent Simpson. I'm anxious to see his what's his name, new D line. They are going to be able to dive deep and learn a lot of excellent things. And we miss you, Trent, but we understand, hey, this is your opportunity, and much salute. We thank you for what you did and the best to you. But that D line that you're going to have, because he's here and he's working with your leadership you have, watch what happens. Watch.
I'm telling you, I believe that I hear your D line. Lady LaToya, what group are you anxious to see go to work in this upcoming Alabama season?
Well, since Bishop took the D line, I guess I'll go with the I'm really anxious to see these running backs though. I really am.
Okay.
I'm anxious to see these running backs. Because in A-Day, piano man, you got to admit, in A-Day, it wasn't no gaping holes, but they were squirting through even the creases. They were squirting through there. So we didn't have that last year. That little bit right there was just enough to get excited about. Because the holes weren't always gaping. They weren't always there, but those guys, they was catching out of the backfield, and they any little crease they were squirting through there. So I'm excited to see these running backs.
And you know what? And you know what, Lady LaToya, you and I don't make no bones about it. Lady LaToya and Double A and Susan and I, we were all sitting there baking in the sun together like some roasted sweet potatoes. That's what we were looking like down there. I mean, it was rough out there. But I'm going to say this, Bishop. She's telling the truth. Those guys were sometimes those lanes were very small. They were very narrow. Mm-hmm. But they were able to hit that lane before it completely closed. And whether they got 2 yards, 3 yards, or 5 yards, it was all positive until they would call a blitz of some. The defense would call a blitz of some sort, and so
they were falling forward.
Yeah, but they were falling forward. There were no negatives. So the thing about it is, Bishop, LaToya, and all, we all saw that. But what I was most impressed with was, and I'm gonna say it again, I'm waiting to see Xavier Crowell. But until then, that doggone Trayshawn Brown, I keep telling you, keep your eye on that kid there. That dude there, he hit a lane, Bishop. He hit a lane that closed up so quick that by the time it closed, Trayshawn was 8 yards down the field.
I would say 8 yards down. I promise you.
He
He
was
had
8
already
yards
just
down.
about had
Hey,
the first
hey,
down.
Hit that
hey,
lane
Yeah.
then you
so
got
quick.
something special. That's something special because then that goes with the growth of your own lineman is only going to get better from here.
Yeah.
Man, y'all got something special.
So
And last year when Jam Miller went down, all right, we was like, okay, everybody was expecting Daniel Hill, but he had got injured, so nobody was expecting to see Kevin Riley, and he did good for the time that he was in there or whatever. But like this year, you don't want nobody to get hurt, but you kind of like, oh, I just wonder how far Trayshawn gonna fall down the depth chart. I wonder how much we're gonna get to see of him. You're actually excited. AK Deer did some good things. Yeah, he got blown up, but the fact that he was able to go stick his body out there to try to get that block, just to try to free his quarterback, that was a positive in itself. Yeah, he got blown up, but my quarterback didn't get touched. I can take the hit. I'm a running back. I take hits just about every play. So great, I can take the hit. Don't hit my quarterback. So I was impressed with that.
yeah. Yep. Thank you, Anthony. I appreciate that, bro. I get that all the time, but I'm 64, bro. I'm 64. I promise you. My body feels it sometimes. But listen, when we were sitting there and there was another play, Latoya, and we're talking about running backs now. And when they bought in AK Deer,
Mhm.
what impressed me, Bishop, about him was his ability to come out of the backfield on a wheel. Really, it was it was on a wheel. No. Let me take that back. It was actually like a semi curl route.
Gotcha.
And he turned, like boom, bam, turn, and he had to turn back around. He literally froze the DB. He froze him. After he caught the ball, he froze him. The DB, because he didn't know which way AK was going to go, AK just ran straight ahead, caught the DB flat-footed, bam, positive yardage. That's what Lady Latoya's talking about. Cases like that there were no negativity. They didn't fall backwards, and everything, as you would say, forged forward by fire. They forged forward by any means necessary. So, and then the other part, Latoya, that I was impressed with AK is this right here. And people don't talk about this a lot, but he used the sideline as his friend. The
Yes, he
sideline
did.
became his friend.
Once he hit that sideline, you weren't stopping him.
You wasn't stopping him, but he used it as a friend. And what do I mean by that? He did not go out of bounds, Bishop, until he had to. Long as
Gotcha.
there was green grass there in front of him, he took it. He took it. His balance was pretty cool. His girth was, his gait was pretty cool. So he had good balance. And so the point that I'm making is I'm in agreement with what Lady Latoya is saying is I'm anxious to see those running backs too. I'm anxious to see them. So with that being said, my thing was I'm still anxious to see the old line. I want to see what mixture, what they're going to do out of everybody that I named, Bishop and Lady Latoya. I want to see who they're going to put together, what mix, let's keep it like we normally talk. What will the gumbo look like? What will the O-line gumbo look like? What will that gumbo look like? What will that gumbo taste like? And somebody said something right here, and I'm gonna have to let me see. Wait a minute, he said it right here.
Bishop, let me ask you a question. I was trying to ask
Go
it
ahead.
earlier.
Go ahead.
How long has Brett Venables been the head coach at Oklahoma?
He's going into his 5th year this year.
5th year. And y'all just made a playoff last year. 4
Mhm.
years. He got in, he got his guys, he installed his system. It took some time, but y'all there now. So
Yeah.
it's not saying that y'all don't still have things to work on, but my
Oh
point
no.
is
Yeah.
it took time. So everybody just expect the boy to come in and just wave a wand and hey, it's gonna happen like that. No,
Yeah.
it takes time to get his guys in, the right coaches, because Brett Venables is defensive minded. He got to get the right offensive head coach that's gonna match the intensity of his defense. And
Right.
he has to get time to gel with that guy, teach that guy what he wants so our offense and defense can complement each other and not
There
be
we go.
fold. And
Mhm.
so that's all that we're saying that we're waiting on our team to do. It took
That's
that's
it.
why I said we're ahead of the curve, you guys.
Yes, you
We're
are.
ahead of the curve. We heading in the right direction. We're ahead of the curve. So we're not whining and complaining. We just point out things and ways that can help. And everything that we have been saying ever since last season, week by week, the board has been implemented week by week. Man, we said the O line was trash all season. He went and got a whole new O line except for what two guys, Michael
Yep.
Carroll and Jackson Lord.
Yep.
So he's trying to he hear us. What I'm saying, he hears us. Just give him time to work. That's why I said this right here. We might as well say this is season one for DeBoer. This is his starting point. He on the clock from here. The first two seasons he got to get his feet wet. He didn't have his guy. Then last year when he got his guy didn't have his mind. So his tenure, his era of Alabama football under Coach DeBoer starts this season. And like
Okay.
I said, even if we go 9-3, but we look competitive in every game, so what? And if we go 9-3, who's to say we might still make the playoff because we might have four other teams behind us that go 8-4. It's just gonna be a tough sled in the SEC. It's tough all over college football, not just the SEC. You see what I'm
Yeah.
saying? It the,
Yeah.
the landscape has changed. Now,
Yeah.
tip your hats to Indiana for going undefeated because that's hard for anybody to do. That's hard. That so you have to tip your cap to them. I don't care if you call them basic or whatever. You have to tip your cap. They beat everybody that was in firm. That's hard to do. So, like I said, I believe we're gonna go 10. I think we might go even 11-1. We might have one slip up. And I promise you, the only guy, and I don't think they better than us, but the boy has never experienced them cowbells. How distracting is that gonna be for them and on the psyche? And nobody on our team. Because when the last time we played Mississippi State? Nobody that's on our team now has been to Stark Vegas.
Nobody.
So, and let me ask you this: do we go to Stark Vegas before we go to Neyland Stadium?
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes.
Oh man! So that's gonna be an environment in itself. But it goes back to what we've been saying all day. It gonna start with the mentality. I don't care where I beat you at. I would rather beat you at your house than mine. Because that's the saving teams that was their mentality. They want to beat you bad on the road. They want to beat you bad at home. So it's just
Send,
all about our mentality.
send you home. Send you home. They want to send you home early. Empty that
Yeah,
stadium early.
empty
Empty
your
that stadium
stadium
early.
by the beginning of the third quarter, if not before halftime. That was always the goal. To go in there and send their fans home. And that's just it just starts in our mentality. And by these guys being so young, that's why I kind of get low key excited because the older players is more buttoned up, and but the young guys got something to prove, so they're gonna go out there and kind of play free, you know.
Uh-huh.
Especially if they feel like their coaches are putting them in the best position to be successful. Like if these linebackers can really run around how this 4-2-5 defense supposed to be set up for the linebackers to eat. Oh man, if I'm eating every play, I don't want to come out the game. I'm I know I bumped you the last time, but I'm gonna show enough hit you this time. You gonna feel me. And one but you have to put them in a position to get that confidence about themselves. The coaches got to put the players in a position to gain that confidence. It's a mentality. When I know I'm lining up against you and I'm beating you every time, it's nothing you can tell me. So next week, I know you ain't gonna be able to tell me nothing. And then you just got to keep building on it. Just keep grinding. Just keep building on it.
I was trying to find some. You know, I got my Bibles handy. So here we go. Um, here's the schedule right here. Latoya, we start off with uh
Eastern Carolina.
Eastern Carolina. I'm about to say Eastern Kentucky. I'm sitting up here, but we start off with Eastern Carolina. Then we come back then we go on the road and play Kentucky.
Mm-hmm.
Then we come back and we play Florida State. Then that fourth week we play Mississippi State.
Yeah.
Then we come back. We play Georgia. I think that's how it goes.
And I pray we don't overlook Mississippi State trying to get to Georgia. Because first, number one, Mississippi State is a road game. We get Georgia at home.
My bad.
So relax.
My bad. Malay Latoya, my bad. Whoa. We play South Carolina. I forgot about that. We play South Carolina after we play Florida State. And then we play Mississippi State, and then we play Georgia.
Baby. And Anthony asked us the question in the chat, Piano Man.
Okay.
He said, realistically, I gotta find it again. I think he said, who do we want to see as our bookends and our center? For me, you give me Yonze on one side and Justin Hill on the other side. And I'm just going with Dale Goddard by default because I heard his tape was nasty. And if he can get some strength about himself, I believe, because he held up pretty good at A-Day too. So like I said, he's technically sound. I can tell you that now. I just want him to get some strength about him. So like I said, we still got a couple of months for him to get in that weight room, get some peanut butter and some grits in him. And hey, we good.
I'm gonna tell y'all who I'm anxious to see come back, and that's Lathan. I'm anxious to see him come back.
Forgot about him, Piano.
See, I'm Bishop, Layla, Toya, Twister, y'all. I'm always for that dude that's forgotten. I'm always for that dude that's forgotten. Lathan, Jamarian Lathan. I'm for him. I'm gonna tell you who else I'm for. And I know y'all, you answered the question, but who I'm also for, and I'm gonna get his jersey too, is this Kedrick Bingley Jones, that brother out of Mississippi State, who when people were complaining, why we get him, and he said, I know I might not be the biggest star or have all them stars by my name and this, that, and the third, but I'm going to prove to you that I am willing to work. And when I saw him say that back to our disgruntled fans, I said, I'm gonna get that man's jersey. I don't care what it is.
The whole team need that mentality. Whether you're a 5-star, a no star, or a 2-star.
I'm gonna get that man's jersey, Bishop. I'm gonna find it, and I got the mean. I have the place for. I know of the place where I can get it. I'm just waiting on that jersey to drop. That's all I'm waiting on.
Here we go.
That's the jersey that I'm going to get him. Why? Because that's the talk I need to hear coming from my players. That's the talk. That's the talk that I need coming from my players. So with that being said, I'm waiting on. I'm just telling y'all. I wanted to have this discussion to let y'all know. I saw everything that was in that chat over there at the Miller's Edge, and it excited me on one hand, but it made me antsy on the other. And I told Bishop, I said, I got something I got to say. And I think that what we got to do is, Lady Latoya said it best, we expect something from the coaches and the players, but I also expect fans. Let's not be so critical all the time. All the time you're critical. Come on now. You don't want anybody steadily criticizing you. Got to be some positivity. And so I'm choosing that, and I'm going to just continue to say it. I've said it before. Alabama is going to be surprisingly good. And I'm going to stick with that.
I'm going to say this. Bishop, I want to see us meet up in a championship. How about that?
What if Bama and Oklahoma for the SEC championship?
Because we both got to play Georgia, and we got to play them in Atkins, and we're looking forward to it because it's gonna tell us where we are and what we need to work going forward.
And Bishop, Bishop. And you know what the crazy part is? And we're gonna get off of here and go support B Sharp.
Yeah,
and then I
go
got something else I got to do too. But I got a couple of announcements to make. I think y'all gonna find it kind of exciting.
Go
But
ahead.
Bishop, you know what the funny part gonna be?
What's that?
You all are playing Georgia 2 weeks before we do. Doesn't that sound familiar? That you all played South Carolina a week before we did last year. This time is Georgia. If y'all ain't reading the handwriting on the wall, here we are. Here we are. And to quote what Martavius said, Bama family, for some reason, I'm excited about our Crimson Tide in 2026. That's what I want to hear. I'm excited too. I'm excited. That season can't come fast enough for me. We got 20 more weekends. 20 more, and we're going to be ready to roll. But he says, especially our defense. I'm with you, Martavis. Roll Tide to you. But Bishop, parting words, big dog, and then LaToya.
Parting words is that, hey, I'm here. Understand in 96, he chose to bring me back. And every day from that point on, I choose to make sure that people understand he's the reason that I'm able to do what I do. And he blesses me each and every day to have a smile on my face and to realize that life is worth living. And with that said, I'm just humbled that I'm able to be in a place like the Long Run Show where we can just be ourselves and we can step on each other's corns, but still be buddies and still eat the same gumbo. With that said, hey, you now got the mentality. Now let's go forward and be forged by fire, because now you've been approved, built and approved by fire. Now seize your day.
Exactly. LaToya.
Piano Man, I just want to thank you for inviting me on the show and just let you know you are truly a gatherer of the people. People come to hear what you have to say, and you just have a way of bringing people together. And I appreciate that. I've been rocking with you since day one, since I first met you. You're a good dude. You're a solid dude. And everybody can see it. That's why everybody flocks to this show. But I appreciate you. I appreciate you, Bishop. And
That's right.
we got a squad. We have a squad.
Yes,
So,
you do.
like Piano Man said, we don't have to criticize everything. But I understand we all want perfection. We all want the best for our team. We all want the
Yeah.
same thing. We
Yeah.
just arriving there at a different time. But everybody, let's get our heads, our hearts, and minds and stuff composed. And guess what? The best thing we can do is pray. And y'all might think that you praying about football. I'm praying about the. I'm praying about our coach, his mental state, his wife's mental state, his family,
Thank you.
because it starts at the top. So
Yep.
if the boy ain't right, ain't nobody gonna be right. Pray for that man and his family. Pray. That man's daughter still playing. I think is she in college on the West Coast, wherever they come from and
She's
stuff.
still in
Like,
Washington.
so he had that kind of stuff on his mind. So pray for him that everything in his family, everything he touched turn to gold. Everything in his family is fine, so he can focus on our team and our players and putting the best product on the field at
Yes, sir.
at the University of Alabama. Let's do that. It's okay. Pray for your head coach. Pray for your offensive coordinator. Pray for your defense coordinator. Let's pray for the team that everybody
That's
stay
it.
healthy. We be injury free at least as much as possible because it's a game of football. Injuries occur, but nothing serious. We don't want another Jamarian Lake to have to lose the whole season. Jeremiah Bean have to lose the whole season. So let's just pray for our team. Let's start there. Let's pray for our team.
All
Let's
right.
pray for our fan base. Like I said, we want the coaches to do their job. We want the players to do their job. But as fans, let's do our job and uplift these boys. I wish they were hiring for a hype person for the team. I would love to do that. I would love to go down there and get in Ryan's face and tell him, don't never forget who you are and how you made it here. Sometimes people need to hear that.
Right.
Same thing with the boy. You started at Sioux Falls, man. Did you ever think you would be at the University of Alabama? Take time and soak it in. Hey,
Yep.
like I said, let's pray for our team, man. Let's pray for our
Exactly.
coach. Let's pray for the University of Alabama. And roll doggone tide.
Roll
Now,
Tide.
P, now you see why. What did I tell you about Lady LaToya?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. And she got it. She got it. I'm gonna tell you, like I
Told
said,
y'all.
she got it like the Bible said. I'm telling you now.
Now.
Motivated, dedicated,
Kidding.
motivated, and dedicated. How you
There
doing?
you go.
I got something for you, motivated, dedicated, and I hope you enjoy this. Here you go. That's for you, man. That's what I think of you and them 3-peat as the SEC champion. That's what I think. But it's good to see you motivated. It's good to see you anyway. But, just thought I would just leave you that little roof there, and everything. I'm just going to say this. I'm not worried about the SEC championship right now. I'm not even worried about the first ball game. I'm just worried about Alabama making it through the summer unscathed, and everybody get healthy. Everybody start gelling. I'm worried about the fan base not going at each other's throat. Bishop, that's what I'm worried about. Just making sure that we stay cool and everything. But before I go though, I'm gonna make an announcement, and I'm working on something, y'all, and kind of talk with Bishop about it, and he's in prayer with me about it. But I think it's going to be coming to pass here in just a minute. But y'all, I'm thinking about going to late night. I'm thinking about it going to late night, and I got a particular fan base in mind. Well, not so much a fan base, but a particular people in mind. Let's put it like that. But I don't want you all to think that you're going to be abandoned, because I want you all to still, if you can, be up. But I'm thinking about going late night. I might not do it every night, Bishop and Lady Latoya, but it's going to be great when I do it, and we're going to get a feel for it. And so it's going to just be ready. Just be ready. It's going to come on this channel under this and everything. But I'm beginning to put some things out there, and I'm gonna put some feelers out there. They don't know I'm coming. They don't know I'm coming and everything. But Bishop gave me an idea. See, Bishop, I'll be listening to you, bro. I'll be listening to you. He gave me an idea, and when it sets in my heart, I got to go for it. And so my heart is telling me to go for it. It's time to go for it. So we're getting ready to launch a late night, and it's going to be cool. Won't be on there long, but we're gonna awaken a particular group of people, and we want everybody to come, and we're gonna have one great big fellowship. I'm getting ready for the
Not
season.
long for you mean 2 hours.
Hold on. Hey, that's like that pastor. Yeah, we're gonna be here for a short time.
I ain't gonna hold you long. We got food downstairs.
Now listen. Now when I'm ministering, I'll be honest with you. Now Bishop, I stay longer on here than I do in the pulpit. That's the goddamn truth. I know y'all ain't gonna be talking about me over the dinner table, talking about pass me that turkey leg. Y'all ain't gonna be talking about me like that. Nobody. But anyway, but we're getting ready to look into that, and we're just gonna do some new things. The second thing, once again, Lady Latoya brought up an excellent idea. We need to begin to talk about if those of us, what game we're talking about going. I'm already declaring I want to go to the first game. My only issue is, Lady Latoya and Bishop, and to the chat, is going to depend on what time of day it is, because it's still going to be September the 5th. It's still going to be hot. But if that's going to be a night game, I'll be there. I'll be there. But what I'm asking is that if others in the family are going to go, we don't want to really be scattered. I would love for all of us to be together watching the game so we can all see it together. And I'm still telling you, if the Lord bless Bishop, yeah, I'm telling you, I'm gonna send that plane out there, and you and Mama getting on the plane and coming to hang out with me. I'm telling you, I'm putting that in the
I'm holding you to it now. All right.
Yes, sir. You gonna
I
come
got
out and hang
5
out
on
with
it.
me?
Now,
You gonna come and hang out with me and
let it be
Latoya.
known from
Yes.
your lip to his ears. Let it be done.
Yeah, and so I'm telling you, that's how it's gonna be, and I mean every word of that. And so, and I also said that I'm gonna stop by and make sure that Stephen Hicks and William Bryant, some of my old schoolers and everything, We're going to make sure you buy a nearby airfield so you can get on the plane, come on over and hang out with Piano Man. And we're going to be sure and get you back home. Make sure it might not be the same night, but you're going to get back home. So with that being said, we need to decide what game we're looking at. And so we're gonna sit down one day and we're going to just have an open business meeting and we're just going to make it happen, okay? Nothing to it but to do it, like Greg Pruitt, like that. So I'm just saying. So with that being said, that's our show. Hey, let's get ready to go support our brother B Sharp. Bishop, we love you. We thank you. Lady Latoya, thank you for coming on. Twister, my dog, thank you for coming on. Hardest working man on the road. Y'all be safe tonight. And we're going to be right back here in the morning. Tomorrow's NFL draft day. I don't give a hoot what Todd said. I'm still excited that he's going to be on somebody's board. And I hope and pray that my Pittsburgh Steelers pick up Ty Simpson. I hope and pray that they do.
Hey, and shout out to my family, my G baby, Grayson Halton. Hey, we're with you, fam. We're so proud of you. And wherever you go, we got your back.
We got your back, Grayson. And thank you for Grayson was my second interview. And man, I'm thankful. And so whatever I can do to help make that happen, we're going to make it happen. So with that being said, that's our show for today. And the Lord willing and the creek don't rise, we're going to be right back here in the morning at 8 a.m. Be there, be square. And we're going to talk about the NFL draft for a little while. And we're going to just go from there. I want everybody to have a great night. And just remember, stay focused, drive, and go forward in the name of the Lord. And remember, in all your ways, acknowledge the Lord. He'll direct your path. Trust in him. And don't lean to your own understanding. And I'm just thankful for this kitchen. I'm thankful for the chefs. I'm thankful for the kitchen. I'm thankful for everything. So that being said, the kitchen is closed for the night. The Gumbo Chefs are gone until tomorrow. And Piano Man is out. Roll Tide, everybody. And let's go over and hang out with B Sharp for a little while. And the Lord willing, I'll see you in the morning. Roll Tide.